Mama kungi betengo we kumoyi ingumada takana. Okyo sokinu kibanga se Manuele ngando mushisamye. Manuele.
Hello, and welcome to the 39th episode of the Two Left Feet podcast. Today, I was blessed to have the wonderful Miss Miranda Pacheco, AKA Kittie, on the show. She is a heels dancer, a hip-hop dancer. She's a Latin partner dancer, as well as a pole aerialist. This episode was really cool, man, because I already interviewed her significant other Donovan, so to have her on the show is ultimately very cool. Got both of them on, man. I thoroughly enjoyed this episode, man, because I've never spoken to a pole aerialist before. It's something I really didn't even know existed, man. So how crazy is that? I watched some of her videos, man, and dude, what she's able to do, man, is incredible. Seriously, the amount of dexterity and strength, the athleticism she has is impressive. Seriously. She told me that she only started dancing Kizomba I think last August, so it's been less than a year. And I've seen her and Donovan dance, and they are astounding. So that just shows, the hard work she's put in, man. Seriously, great episode. We also talk about a little more of a serious subject, how she had to battle through some tough times as a child, man. And it just shows and reflects upon her as a person, the strength and the willpower she has, man. Definitely something inspirational, man. I'm so glad that she was strong enough to share that with me. I thoroughly appreciate her taking that, being vulnerable and sharing that with me, man. Very, very much appreciated. This is a really cool episode, man. If you're interested in learning about, Austin, Texas, learning about pole dancing, pole aerialist, learning about silk aerialist as well, she does that as well. We talk a little about heel dancing. I got some tips for you if you're interested. Very cool episode, man. I'm positive you're gonna like it. If you find value in this, I want to ask that you please leave a like and subscribe. Share with your people. And if there's no value to you, don't even worry about it. But I think you'll enjoy this one. Episode 39 with the wonderful Miss Kittie. Please enjoy.
I don't know what to do.
It's all good. No worries. Don't worry about that. It's fine. Okay, so right now I am on the line with Miss Miranda Pacheco. Is that correct?
Yeah.
AKA Kittie.
Mm-hmm.
And you are a heels dancer, a hip hop dancer, a Latin dance partner, as well as a pole aerialist.
Mm-hmm.
And so you have a background in ballet, tap, jazz, lyrical, and hula.
Yeah, hula dancing.
Okay. And I know you currently live in Austin, Texas. Were you born and raised there, or?
No, I was born and raised in California.
Oh, okay. And so I'm curious. Born and raised in California. Is that where your parents are from? Where are your parents from? I'm curious.
Both my parents were born in California. My mom's parents came from El Salvador in Central America.
Yeah.
But both my parents were born in California. And I lived in California for until I was 12.
Okay. So
and then I moved to Austin.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm very curious. I've only been to California as a child, and I guess you was the same. What was it like growing up in Cali?
It was pretty. I grew up in Northern California, so it's a little bit cooler. It's the Bay Area.
Okay.
Near San Francisco.
Okay. And so, did you enjoy it or did you hate it? What?
I enjoyed it. I don't know. It's kind of hard. I mean, of course, with my family, we traveled in California a lot, so I got to see the beach. Is nice. But the biggest thing for me, the reason why I like Texas more, is the people are so much nicer.
Oh. Yeah. So even as a child, you could tell that people weren't as nice in Cali?
I don't know. Just the difference now that I see.
Okay. So you're growing up in Cali and everything. What made your family move to Texas? Do you know?
My dad's job moved to San Marcos.
Oh, okay. And San Marcos, that's just a part of Texas? I'm unsure.
It's a city, yeah, just a little bit more south of Austin.
Okay.
So we moved to Austin because
Okay.
it's a bigger city.
All right. I'm curious. So, back at that time, what was it like moving to Texas? Were you happy for it? Were you just sad or what?
It was in the middle of 7th grade, and I wasn't really sad. Like I said, I moved here and the people were just nicer. And also the area that I was going to school in California, it wasn't very racially diverse.
Okay. So what?
So I kind of felt on the outside at that school.
Oh.
And then I moved to Austin and there's a whole lot of Hispanic people.
Okay, yeah.
So I felt like I fit in more.
Yeah, I definitely get that. I definitely understand that. I'm curious, ¿hablas español, sí o no?
Poquito.
Un poquito. Entiendo. So I'm curious, did you grow up in like a dancing household at all?
In my family, we danced salsa.
Okay.
Growing up, I hated dancing it. And my mom, I think my parents took a tap class together in college.
Oh, okay.
My mom had done a little bit of ballet. And my mom is also into theater and like theater makeup.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Okay. No, I definitely understand that. I'm curious. Tell me, did you not like salsa because like your parents did it? Is that what that was?
I think so, and I was also really shy. I didn't want to dance in front of people like on the dance floor.
Okay.
I wanted to sit there and not.
All right, well, I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. I've been on your YouTube and Instagram pages and your Facebook pages, and I don't think you're shy anymore. Are you?
Yeah, it's crazy the change that I've seen in my dancing. Yeah.
Now that shows your change as a person, your evolution as a person, right?
Yeah, I think I'm still shy as a person. I've definitely grown just from like going through school and college and work. But yeah, in both aspects, dance and life.
And I definitely understand that. I definitely do. I'm curious. Tell me about Austin. I've never visited there as well. So I know you said the people are nice. So what else about that city?
There's a lot of things to do. A lot of outdoor things. There's always some event going on in the park or downtown. A lot of live music.
So if you could, would you stay here for the rest of your life? You could. Would you call this place home, or you still want to travel?
I like traveling. My parents still live in Austin, so I know if I moved away, my mom always says they would follow me wherever I went. But I would live anywhere, just nowhere with like snow or super cold. I don't like the cold weather.
Oh, I'm right there with you. But I mean, you're like that's the South. Texas is the South. So I know those summers are brutal.
Yeah, I like the warm weather though.
Okay, yeah, I definitely understand that. So so you moving to Austin, and are you pursuing like dance as like your hobby? Like, did you play sports? Like, what were your hobbies as a child?
Mostly just dance.
Okay.
I never played any sports, so I never really developed that hand-eye coordination. And still to this day, I struggle with catching things. All I ever did was dance.
Okay. And so what'd you start with? Did you start with like the ballet and tap and jazz, or?
Yeah, my favorite story to tell about when I started dancing is when I was 2 years old. I don't know if you had ever seen the like Irish river dancing on TV.
I know what you're talking about, yeah.
And my mom would say that I would get up and go mimic them on our little piece of hardwood floor and just try and mimic whatever they're doing. Yeah. And so at that point, she put me in dance classes, and it was like for kids, the tap and ballet.
Okay, and I definitely understand that. Tap dancing, that's pretty intense, man. I've always seen it. I always admire it.
That's fun. It's like
Yeah,
making music with your feet.
right. It
Yeah.
is. It's intense. Is that so? Is that something that you stuck with, or like, what was your true passion? Like, what did you enjoy?
Growing up, tap was my favorite.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's awesome. So you actually, do you still own a pair of tap dance shoes right now?
Yeah, I do.
Oh shit, that's awesome.
It's been a while since I've
Okay.
put them on, but now all I put on are heels.
Ah, all right. So talking about heels, I know you're a heel dancer. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So in one of your videos, I don't know, the heels you had on must have been like at least like a foot high.
I was probably pole dancing, right?
You okay? Exactly. Yeah. How do you? I'm so impressed with what I want to say. How do you do that?
Say a prayer. I'm just kidding. I mean, you have to have a little bit of ankle strength and, like, of course, balance so you step the right way. But also, I would only wear those pole dancing because you have the pole. If you're ever about to, like, break your ankle, grab the pole and hope you don't fall.
No, I definitely said. So you were talking about the pole dancing. I was watching some of your videos, and I want to say you're like a professional athlete, because like the amount of strength and like flexibility and endurance you have is absolutely amazing.
Oh, thank you.
No, seriously. What got you into pole dancing?
I guess kind of interesting story. One of my friends in college, he was just like, "Hey, there's a bar downtown I think you'd like."
Okay.
And I don't know why he told me that, but we went and they had poles there. And I had never pole danced. I was too shy to ever even think, "Oh, I'll pole dance one day." But I went up and it's on a stage and I love performing. So I was just like walking around. I was actually doing like salsa moves, like kicks and spins. I didn't know. And then a few months later, I saw a little like Groupon for pole dancing classes. And I was like, okay, I'll take a class. I'll try it. I want to get good.
Yeah.
And so I started taking classes.
All right, so tell me then, what was it like in those initial stages? What was it like learning to pole dance?
It definitely takes a lot of strength, but I think since I already had that movement in my body, I don't know, I was able to catch on pretty quickly, and I felt my muscle grow kind of quickly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I don't know.
Is it, I could say, when you went to the class, are they like teaching a choreography, or is it like just freestyle? Like, how does that go? How does that work?
They have a lot of different classes, but a basic class will teach you moves. And then you can level up through those moves to get harder and harder moves. And then they also have, it's kind of a fusion. Yeah, it's a pole choreography class. Well, you'll learn a choreographed piece of pole dancing.
Okay. Now, I'll be honest with you. I have only ever seen pole dancing like in the strip club or something. Do people do this outside of that as well?
Yeah. Even I went to Cirque du Soleil a few years ago, and even they're like climbing a pole, and that's a version of pole dancing.
All right, sure enough.
But a lot of like aerialists that also do silks, they do pole dancing, and wherever you see those kinds of performances at like a specialized event, or even there's some locations here in Austin that have regular events that are just showcases of aerialists.
Okay, I've never heard the word aerialist. I saw you also. I don't know what you call it, but you had like this piece of cloth, and you were doing your thing up there. What is that called?
They're silks.
Silks.
Aerial silks, yeah.
Oh, I'm curious. Please tell me what got you into that.
So I had started at my first pole studio, and they ended up closing down, so I had to find a new pole studio. And one of my teachers had opened her own. It's like a gym, and they have all kinds of classes, pole, silks. I don't know if you've ever seen the hoop. It's the aerial hoop or lyra.
I think I have. Yeah.
They have, and like gymnastics, parkour. They do a lot there, but that's how I got into it. I went there for pole dancing, and then I discovered all this other
That's
aerial
awesome.
activities.
Yeah. All right. Well, I gotta ask you then. Let's say one day I want to get into pole dancing. Give me like some tips to help me with that.
Always engage your shoulders. Like never have them like this. Always engaged, and then point your toes.
Okay. No, I understand that. Yeah. How long you think you've been doing it now?
For 2 years, I think.
Okay. Okay. Sure enough. Um, what have you learned from it? Like, how has it improved you as a person, or has it improved you as a person at all?
Yeah, definitely. I feel like, I mean, we talked about how I have grown as a person. I used to be shy, and now I'm not. And
Okay.
I think really the biggest thing that helped me was pole dancing. Just from like feeling comfortable in my body, feeling sexy, like expressing myself in a like vulnerable, intimate kind of way.
Definitely. That's actually pretty big, yo. I would be scared to I'm sometimes scared to express myself is what I want to say. So yeah, to
Practical
overcome that.
dancing. But I think also on top of that, it's also very empowering because I could carry my groceries by myself now.
Okay,
I could
yeah.
carry a 30-pound box by myself, you know?
Uh-huh. Yeah, some of the stuff you were doing on the pole was amazing. I'm like, dude, you have to be strong to do that. Seriously. Yeah, I told my girl I want to get her into it. She looked at me funny, but I'm gonna tell her to get into it. So going back to school. So you're dancing all throughout school, and you graduate. Where did you go to university at?
I went to UT Austin.
Oh, okay. And so were you dancing there at all? Like doing anything dance oriented?
You know, I was thinking about this, and it's actually kind of surprising to me. I kind of stopped dancing in college.
Oh wow.
I studied engineering, so that was pretty rigorous.
That's very demanding. Yes.
So I don't know, I didn't really give it a second thought about, oh, I'm not taking classes. I was just thinking about school.
I saw you work at IBM. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, as you're an engineer there as well.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So you actually got all right. So you graduated with engineering, and then got into that field. Oh my goodness! I'm gonna put your business out there. I can only imagine what kind of money you're making as an engineer. That's so awesome, though. How difficult? I know it was, but how difficult was earning your engineer degree? How difficult was that?
It was difficult, but I think the biggest thing that got me through it was having other engineering friends.
Okay, sure
We're
enough.
all just working together to complete the project, get the grade, and graduate.
Sure enough. So are you really good with math? Is that like your specialty or what?
Yeah, I love math.
Okay,
Yeah.
you're a little nerd. Okay.
Yeah, I feel like I live a double life. Like I'm at work and they don't know I'm a dancer. I'm in dance, but they don't know I'm an engineer.
Okay, that's so awesome. Oh,
Yeah.
dude, I see math and I get scared, so I admire you for that. So you stopped dancing in college, and then you graduate. What changes after college?
Well, I did. So towards the end of my college, when my classes started lightening up, I was able to take a tap class, which was really fun. And then I took it's a PE class for social dancing. And they taught the basics of bachata, salsa, merengue, like two-step, waltz, tango, just like the basics of all of these styles. And then I graduated and I got more free time, and I started taking hip hop classes.
Okay.
And social dancing and pole dancing. And just,
yeah. Okay. I'm curious. What do you think? What's your favorite social dance right now?
I'd say Kizomba. And I like it because it's a challenge, and I'm an engineer, so I like the challenge. I like trying to do my best, you know. But the dance is also fun, and the social aspect is fun.
I'm curious. Why do you call that a challenge? What do you mean by that?
Like, it's just so much to think about. I think as a follow and as a lead, but I can only talk from a follow perspective and only know how to follow. But just a lot to think about, like staying on your axis and then relaxing your body, just paying attention to all the cues. Following.
It is. As a lead, in my opinion, I think the follows have the hardest part. Cause you know, I'm always gonna lead the same way, but as a follow, you have to adapt to every new lead. So yeah, it's difficult. Sometimes my girl tries to lead me, and I'm like, how do you do this? It's so crazy.
Yeah, it's hard.
How did you get introduced to Kizomba?
Through my boyfriend Donovan.
Okay, so enough. Big man, big homie. And so well, let me ask you this then: how did you meet Donovan?
We met social dancing, salsa, bachata.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so all right, so I started with salsa. So like salsa kind of like a special place in my heart. Are you a fan of it now or not really?
Not really.
Okay.
But I feel like it's because I never really took classes.
Oh.
And so I only learned through like dancing socially.
Yeah.
And so I feel like if I took a class, I'd get better foundations and I'd get better at it and probably enjoy it more. But yeah, when I dance it now, I'm just like, I'll dance to the beat, but I'm not really sure what I'm doing.
So I gotta ask you then, what's stopping you from taking classes then? Just you don't no desire to, or what?
Well, I never took really any salsa bachata classes. I would just go out socially and dance. Learn that way.
I understand that. I joined a performance team at one point, and I can say from that point, I truly improved my salsa to like the next level. So I learned a lot from that. Yeah, I want to ask you, tell me about XposedBeauties. Can you tell me about that?
Yeah, it's a company founded by Janari Briggs, and she runs it with her husband Brian Briggs. And she moved from, I think, Arizona to Austin, and she did her first heels class last July, and that's when I met her.
Okay.
But she's trying to build her brand here in Austin, and right now I help assist in her heels classes.
Okay. All right. So I gotta ask you this then. Let's say I want to start dancing in heels. Give me some tips.
Hold your core. And I'd say relax your hips.
Okay.
And honestly, that's something I've learned from Kizomba. Is relaxing your entire body, but especially relaxing your hips will help you to just be on balance more.
Okay. So
was very confusing for me because with my ballet background, we're taught to hold it all.
Right.
And that's how you get your balance. So
I definitely
I had to unlearn that.
Okay, so I guess in that aspect, I understand why Kizomba could be difficult to learn. Then it's a different mindset, right? I would say so yeah, I love Kizomba. Kizomba is definitely like easily my favorite dance, my favorite part in the dance. I feel like it's something about like just like that connection with your partner, you know, It makes it special, especially when you dance with your significant other. It makes it so much better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I've seen you and Donovan dance, dude. You guys are good. You guys are really good.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course. How big how big is the Kizomba scene in Texas?
In Texas?
Or in Austin, to be more specific.
In Austin, I think it's growing. Um, I don't know. It's hard for me. It's hard for me to talk about all the communities when I just started Kizomba like last August.
Okay. Oh,
So I'm
wow.
still pretty new.
You are? Oh, my goodness. Okay, I thought you'd be dancing longer than that.
Mm-mm.
Okay, look at you, dude. You're good. No doubt. So I want to ask you this then.
Mm-hmm.
At this point, at this point in your life, how would you define success for you? Like, what would you call success for you?
In terms of the point I'm at now, or
I guess where you
the
want to
like
be. So yeah, where you want to be.
ultimate
Like, what?
success?
Yeah. What goals are you setting for yourself? I would love to know.
Be the best dancer I can be.
Okay, sure enough. Simple as that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's always be dancing.
So yeah, so I guess is that your one true passion? Like when you're 70, you're still gonna be dancing.
I hope so, yeah.
I understand that.
My body doesn't break down by then.
Nah, I understand that. I feel like I'm the same way. As far as like, I love taking dance classes. That's probably like the one thing I truly do enjoy. That's probably why I started this podcast. I enjoy dancing. Simple as that. Um, so I know you sent me this message before we had this conversation, and you said you had you faced some difficult times in like your childhood. I think when you were younger. Could you tell me? Could you expand on that? Could you tell me about it?
Yeah. I mean, there's only one big thing. When I was 13, I think, they found out I had a brain tumor.
Okay.
And that was right when I started high school. And so I had 2 surgeries. I had chemo and radiation therapy. And that just changed my life upside down.
I'm curious. How was that for your family? I know it had been tough on them.
Yeah, I can't imagine, and I haven't. I mean, yeah, I haven't like asked them, but I can't imagine how hard that was for them.
Yeah. I'm curious from like your perspective. What happened? You just started feeling unwell one day, or what?
The whole summer before, the whole few months before, I was having like headaches. I would get dizzy easily, and then I was nauseous. And we had gone to the ER, but they just said it was a virus. And then it wasn't until the first day of my freshman year in high school, I was cross-eyed. And the whole
Wow.
day, my brother was like making fun of me. And I don't know, I thought it would pass, I don't know. But the next day I woke up and I was still cross-eyed.
Oh
So I was like,
wow.
Mom, I'm not supposed to be cross-eyed.
That's intense.
Yeah. And so the doctor was like, yeah, you need to get a brain scan. And then that's how they found out.
Okay. So I want to ask you. Tell me, what was that journey like for you?
It was, of course, difficult. And a lot of my life changed, but the one thing that didn't was dance. I just tried my hardest to get back up on my feet.
Yeah, I definitely understand that. How important was like your family support in that time?
It was important, just as important. I mean, I think dance and my family support went hand in hand.
Yeah, I definitely understand that. And so, so you get diagnosed when you first enter high school. How long did this play out? How long did this carry out?
I was in the hospital for about 6 weeks, and then I was able to go back to school part-time. And then I guess like 6 months later, I was done totally with radiation and chemotherapy.
Okay, yeah. Tell me, what was that chemo and radiation like? Do you remember that? How intense was that?
For chemo, I just had to take pills, which I couldn't swallow pills, so we had to break them up and I had to drink them.
Okay.
And it was the grossest thing ever.
I believe it.
But I feel like now, because I've tasted something so gross, I can eat a lot of gross things and just eat it.
Silver lining.
Radiation probably looked pretty weird because I had to lay on a table and wear this, like, I never saw the movie, but, like, what's the mask? The white mask with the, like, holes? That horror movie?
Ooh, white mask with the
like
holes.
Freddy or something? I don't know.
All right.
I don't know. But yeah, I had to wear this, like, mask to hold my head in place, and then they just shot, like, radiation lasers out of my head.
I understand. That's intense. I'm curious. How do you think you changed? Like, were you? How did you change from that?
Physically, it was, I had to, like, teach myself to walk again. It took a while before I could even, like, bend over. So you could imagine, like, trying to go back to dance class.
Oh man.
I couldn't. I couldn't. But it was also very coincidental. My dance teacher at the time, he had also had a brain tumor when he was 13. So he was able to help a lot. And just because he knew what I was going through. So he would give me something special in dance class to do.
Yeah. I want to ask you this. During that time, what gave you the strength to, like, carry on? Like, why did you not give up?
I think really just because I was a simple-minded kid, and I just wanted to get back to normal.
Right.
So I was just trying to get back to normal.
I understand that. That's real strength right there. I want to ask you this. For people out there who are, I guess, going through some tough times right now, like, what words of advice can you give them? Because what you went through was kind of like life and death. What I'm facing right now is nothing near as severe as that.
I'd say focus on what you love to do. Okay. And just try and focus on all the good. I think I'm a pretty optimistic person, so I never thought, like, oh, I could die, or I never thought of the worst. I just always thought of, trying to get better.
Yeah.
Focusing on the positive.
Okay. No, I definitely understand that. What was that road to recovery like? As you said, you couldn't bend over. You had to teach yourself to walk. How long was that journey?
I'm not sure exactly how long, and honestly, the journey's still going.
Okay.
Like, the part where my tumor was, it affected my balance. So as a dancer, that's huge.
Yeah.
And it's something that Kizomba has actually helped a lot with. Like, I feel my balance getting better.
That's awesome. So no, you good. So are you saying, like, you'll just be walking around and you might fall or something? Like, what's up with your balance?
No, just like I might veer a little bit, or
Okay,
like
okay.
my coworkers will make fun of me because I'll like bump into a wall randomly sometimes.
Who put this wall here?
But like the thing is, people don't notice or say anything because like people are clumsy. Like
Right.
that happens
Mm-hmm.
to people. So.
Yeah. Let me ask you this. So that what you went through was very intense. What did that teach you? You know, looking back on it, did you learn anything from it?
Well, the biggest thing I learned that I love dance even more.
Okay.
But yeah, to focus on the positive, take care of my body, listen to my body.
Yeah. All important things, definitely. I told you as well, my sister had to go through the same thing, honestly. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that was very tough on my family. She had a brain tumor just like you, and I want to say she might have been around the same age, so it's kind of crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, she had to go through chemo and radiation just like you and everything, man. She lost her hair, so yeah, it was a very like difficult journey for her, but she made it through, man. I told her, man, she's probably not even probably, she is the strongest person I know. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's saying to you because that's no joke. That chemo and radiation is no joke. That takes a very heavy toll on your body.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and to see what you're doing now is impressive. You know, so you're a soldier. I wanna switch it up on you. All right. So check. I want to ask you this series of like rapid fire questions. Okay.
Okay.
So I want you to try and answer these, and we'll say 5 seconds or less. All right.
Okay.
Yeah. You think you're ready?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Cool. Let's get it. If you could meet anyone, dead or alive, who would it be?
I should have known you were gonna ask this question because you asked Donovan. Um, J Lo.
Okay, that's perfect. That's perfect. Yeah, that's perfect. What is your favorite thing to do outside of dancing?
Hang out with friends
Sure enough. Sure enough. Why did the chicken cross the road?
to get to the other side.
All right, simple as that.
Does
What?
anyone say anything different ever
Um.
to that question?
Oh, definitely.
Oh,
Some people
really?
say because the chicken was stupid.
Oh,
Because he was running away from Colonel Sanders. I've had a lot of different answers.
oh.
Yeah, I've had a lot of different answers, honestly. um, what is the best gift you've ever received?
Mm, love.
Hey, I like it. I like it. If you had one superpower, what would it be?
I'm really bad at this 5 second thing. Um, ooh,
Yeesh.
I don't know. See through walls, see
All
through
right.
objects.
All right. Simple as that.
Actually, oh well.
Oh,
I'll just.
oh no, change your mind. I'll let you change your mind. You got a better one?
Yeah, it's kind of lame, but like if I could hold up a book and just like get all the knowledge from that book without reading it.
Okay. I don't know what you call that, but I like it. Book knowledge skill. All right. What is one item you could never live without?
uh, my dance shoes.
Okay, simple as that. There it is. As a child, what did you want to be growing up?
I wanted to be a Radio City Rockette. They're the ladies that do the kick line like at the Macy's Day Parade.
Ah, okay. All
But then
right.
I learned you had to be, well, I think they've changed the requirements a little, but you had to be like a certain height, a certain weight. You had to be like
Oh.
5'7", and I'm 4'11",
Oh
so
wow.
I knew
All
kind of
right.
early that
All
that was not gonna
right, for sure. What advice would you give your 20-year-old self?
happen. Believe in yourself.
Simple as that. What is the best piece of advice you've ever received?
To follow your heart and everything else will fall into place.
Okay, sure enough. Let me ask you the opposite of that. What is the worst piece of advice you've ever received?
I'd say, I don't know if it's advice, but there's a saying like, the best things will come to people that wait, but I think better things will come to you if you ask for them.
All right. That's the worst piece of advice you ever received?
The worst piece is the part where the best things will come to people that
okay.
wait.
Okay. All right. So don't wait for it. Act on it or ask for it.
Yeah.
Okay, I get you. No, I get you on that. Let's say you're stuck on an island for 5 days and you can only bring 3 things. What are you gonna bring?
Does my boyfriend count as a thing or no?
I mean, if you want to objectify him like that, definitely.
My boyfriend and my 2 cats.
All right, sure enough. That's all you need in life. And so last one. I need you to put me on some really good pole dancers. Tell me, who are some of your favorite pole dancers? Do you have any favorite pole dancers? Is that a thing?
I think I only know the Austin pole dancers, but
Okay.
Sunny Boydston, she was the lady, the teacher that opened that studio, the Aerial studio.
All
she
right.
is super strong, super amazing.
Okay. And
Boss lady.
that's awesome. What about the silk aerialist? Is that what you called it? Is there any popular ones for that as well, so I can check them out?
I only know of my teacher that I had. Her name is Eve. I don't know her last name.
Okay, all right. So I'll just have to check it out on YouTube then. But I want to say you answered those questions perfect. That was a 10 out of 10. No doubt. So I want to ask you this then. What advice could you give to someone who I guess is like doing like silk aerialist or like pole dancing or Kizomba, but they feel like they're not getting better. What advice could you give them?
Practice.
Okay.
Go to class.
Gosh,
and seek every chance you can get to practice.
Okay. Yeah, sure enough, practice makes perfect, right? I get it. I'm curious. What are some of your upcoming events? What do you have going on in your life?
Donovan and I are going to Canada next week
Okay.
for the Victoria International Kizomba Festival.
Okay, that's awesome. Is this your first time going to Canada?
No, I've been to Vancouver.
Okay.
For fun.
Okay, that's gonna be awesome. What is this like a salsa festival, Kizomba festival? What is it?
Kizomba.
Okay. So you gonna take some classes? I know, right? Or you should. Yeah. That's gonna be awesome. That's gonna be official. Yeah. I love congresses. Congresses are like a great time to, take classes as well as like see other great dancers. Yeah, congresses are legit.
Yeah, the first congress I went to was Neo-Kiz.
Okay.
And I didn't know anything about Kizomba. I had never taken a class, but I went with Donovan because he asked me to go.
Yeah.
And I didn't know the dancing would go for like 8 hours all night.
That was your first Congress then? Oh, yeah, that's what you said. Okay. Yeah, Congress, they dance all night.
Yeah.
What was Neo-Kiz like?
A lot of good music, a lot of people, a lot of dancing. I only went to the social.
Okay. You didn't go to any classes then? Okay. Unfortunate. Oh my goodness. Are you gonna go this year then, or what?
Yeah.
Hey, I say you should. You should. You definitely should go, man. It's like a great opportunity to, level up. Great opportunity. Yeah. So I really wanted to know. Just thank you for taking time out your day to talk to me, and tell me your story, man. I really, really do appreciate it. Please let myself and the people know, how can people get in contact with you?
On Instagram, you can follow me. I'm XB_Kittie, which is KITTIE. And on Facebook, just Miranda Pacheco.
Okay, I have to ask you, where did you get the nickname Kittie from?
Well, it all started because I wore the cat ears, and I started wearing the cat ears because the bar that I was telling you about that my friend took me to with the poles, I would go there after I took my pole classes so I could show off my moves. And then I was thinking to myself, I want people to remember me and recognize me.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
So I don't know, I ended up with cat ears. And then I started wearing them to classes and just everywhere, performances. And then my friends just started calling me Kittie.
Okay. So is it safe to say that you're a cat person and not a dog person?
I like both.
Okay.
But people just think I only like cats because of the cat ears, and I only have cats. But
okay.
I like all animals.
I'm actually allergic to cats, so I would like dogs more. But how do you deal with like cats being all standoffish, like they don't need you? Does that irk you or not? Not really.
No, and I think it's different when you own your own cats because you get that bond with them. So
okay.
And whether that bond is only there because you feed them or not, but they'll always like you. They'll always come to you.
Okay, yeah. I'm sure I understand that. I definitely understand that. See, like I said, I really want to thank you, man, or woman, for taking time out your day to talk to me. I really do appreciate it, Kittie.
Sure. Glad to be here.
Yeah, of course. I guess I'll say. Oh, let me ask you this: any last words? Anything you want to say to the people before we head out?
No, just keep following your heart. Do what you love.
Simple as that.
Yeah.
Hey, like I said, man, thank you so much, Kittie. Enjoy the rest of your day.
You too.
Hey, take it easy. All right, so hey everyone. If you made it this far to the end of the video, I want to thank you so much for just, watching this. I really hope that you found value in this. My whole goal in this endeavor is, to give a voice to people, to dancers, and to give value to the dance community. So if I'm not giving value, it's kind of pointless. So I strongly urge you to please comment and let me know where I can improve, what I need to do better, what I'm doing wrong, and hopefully what I'm doing right, but my overall goal is I want to give content. I want to be helpful. So please let me know where I can improve upon. I'm new to all this, so I'm learning as I go. So I need feedback. Please comment and just let me know how I can improve. I would greatly appreciate that. That means the world to me, just to be able to interact with you all, have a conversation with you and just, see what you like and what you don't like. That means the world to me. I love interacting with you all. It means so much to me. But yeah, thank you so much for making it this far into the video. I gotta say, please leave a like, subscribe. If you don't like it, then let me know why not. Hit the down like button, hit the unlike button. But thank you so much. I really do appreciate it.